Black fatigue. It's a real thing. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of What You Talking About, Willis. As I do always, I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to do this, allow me to speak my mind unapologetically. So I'm always thankful for that. Also, just been with me from day one. Thank you so much. Again, we're still growing as a channel. We're still up and coming. So those that's been with me from day one, I thank you so much. Love y'all so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for spreading the word to all the new people that are here. Welcome to the channel. Love having y'all here. Here on this channel, we cause chaos one truth at a time. Welcome back to another episode of What You Talking About, Willis. Now, I've been hearing this term for about a week now, and I've been trying to figure out what is it, okay? And I have my own thoughts, and I'm gonna give my own thoughts of what it is. But the term that's been thrown around, and I want to see what y'all think after y'all hit me in the comments. But the term Black fatigue. Now, there is a bunch of videos on this, and I'm gonna play some of them from some of your favorite conservative influencers. You know, I got some of their videos, but I'm gonna give my little thoughts on what Black fatigue is, because honestly, I think it's a real thing. And unfortunately, it's not anybody else's fault but Black folks. And what's happening is, when I hear the term Black fatigue, to me, that's people, and it includes Black people too, by the way. It includes Black people too, are just tired of Black folks. One, they're tired of Black folks. Two, they no longer want to be around Black folks or do what anything Black folks have to say anymore. They really don't. And I'm not talking about all Black people, but I'm talking about the majority of the Black folks that want to scream this wokeism, this victim mentality, scream about race all the time, race hustling, and being racist to other races, essentially. They're tired of Black people. And the only people that can be blamed for this is Black folks. Oh, see, y'all don't want to hear that. Black people don't want to hear that. Or liberals don't want to hear this. But it's true. It's true. Black people are tiresome. They're tiresome. All the time, Black folks are complaining, blaming other people, don't want to do nothing, and want to blame everybody else for their mistakes, want to crowd this victim mentality all the time. And what's crazy is, most recently, Black folks, they want to defend the criminals. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They don't come to the defense of someone that's a good, upstanding American citizen. No, it's got to be a criminal that all the Black folks want to cape up for. This is what's happening. And what's crazy is, it's only Black people's fault. And people are not going to like that. But it is what it is. So my understanding of it, and I'm explaining what I think it is. To me, the ratchet Black folks that are out fighting and mobbing, everybody's sick of them. I'll tell you what, I'm sick of them. Those people give Black folks a bad name, but that seems to be the Black person that's pushed on social media. Ghetto, loud, Black. Nobody likes them. And not even Black people. Black folks have made everybody else hate them. And if they don't hate them, they just don't want to be around them and deal with them. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. People are tired of their mess. People are tired of these politicians who are Black that start off just fine, all of a sudden take on this ghetto persona and start saying the most outrageous things. Jasmine Crockett is the most recent example of Black, loud, and ghetto. Everybody's tired of these people being pushed up, propped up, and being the spokesman, I suppose, for the black community. The people that blame white people for everything. Nobody likes that. No, everybody's sick of it. If I was white, I'd be sick of it too. I'm not even doing nothing. Y'all blame me for stuff. Always coming on the internet. First, they're racist to white people, right? They're racist to the white folks, calling them any sort of name, whatever you want to call them, in the most horrific names. Okay. And then you get an incident when I think it was a white lady with a child that used the N word. Want to get that incident. I'm not saying I have to defend that, but black people use the N word all the time. They take that one little incident and then they blow it up like they the most victimized people in this country. It's just boo-hooing and crying and all over the internet and see this country is racist, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, black people get away with everything. Y'all don't want to hear it. Let me say it again for people that's in the back. Black people get away with everything. You can be the meanest, the racist, the most racist. You can say horrific things about other races. You can commit crimes. You can commit crimes. I'm saying this. You can commit crimes and people will start GoFundMe's and stuff for you. They'll do it and defend it after you killed somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think people in this country and maybe around the world are just tired of dealing with black folks crap. Nobody wants to be around them. Nobody respects them. They don't want to hear what they have to bring to the table. If it's a neighborhood that's mostly black, African American, nobody wants to deal with that. I'll tell you what, I don't. I'm not living. I'm not doing it. Black people have not proven that they can be positive members of society. They haven't. And what's crazy is it's not other races that's tearing up the black community. It's black folks itself that's tearing up the black community. You be a black person and be a conservative. You be a black person and have your own thoughts. You be a black person and want an education and speak clearly and concisely, have valid points. That's outside the norm of the conventional black thought. Try being that black person. It's not white people, Spanish people, Asian people that's going to cast you out. It's not them. It's your own people that look like you. You can't go around and say, oh, I like Donald Trump. This is America. You vote for a president that you like. It is what it is. Either you like him or you don't. If you like this Republican candidate or you don't. Even if you like this Democratic candidate or you don't. But black people are the only community that if you think differently than the rest of the blacks, you cast it out by your own community. It wasn't nothing to do with you. And for me, I'm fine with it. You can be mad all you want. You can say whatever you want. You say whatever you want. I don't care. And what's crazy is there's more and more people that's coming out thinking like me. That's been thinking like this. We want no part of this mess. All these big fights I see on the internet, and trust me, I look on the internet and I look to see if there's other big fights, or you go to the bowling alley, you see a bunch of fights. You go to the movies, you see one of these fights. You go to the airport, you see a bunch of fights. You go to all these places and you see who's starting all these big fights, and it's only one group of people. It's black folks. It's only the black people that's starting this mess. And people are tired of it. They really are. And I don't blame them. It's only black folks I see doing all this ratchet stuff. Look at our culture, right? There's no culture really that's promoting well-behaved, civilized black folks doing positive work. There are people out there doing it. But that's not what I'm saying is that's not what's being promoted. That's not what's on the internet at all. What's on the internet is the Cardi B's, the ratchet rappers, the rappers that are getting killed in the street for being rappers, right? The actors, these ghetto personified folks that's being prompted up as the representation of black folks. And y'all mad at me because I don't want to be a part of that. Y'all mad at me because I don't want to be a part of that mess. And sorry, I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm really not. But to me, black fatigue is nobody wants to deal with black folks anymore. They're tired of it. They are tired of it and they don't want nothing else to do with it in general. As a matter of fact, when a black person complains about something, nobody takes it seriously anymore. Nobody. Which is sad because there is stuff that actually happens that we can address together as a country. But since black folks have watered everything down, I mean, there's nothing you can do now that black folks won't consider as racist. Literally nothing. You can't water your grass. You can't laugh. You can't go to 7-Eleven. You can't shop for groceries. You can't look at the clouds. Anything you do is considered racist. And it's black folks' fault that people don't fall for it anymore. Y'all didn't cry wolf so much that nobody respects it anymore. And that's black people's fault, 100%. And if you're watching this and you mad, you part of the problem. I'll tell you that right now. If you're watching this video and you're mad at this, you're part of the problem. Because you are the one that's going around blaming white folks for everything, blaming society for everything. And what's worse is the people that's doing this stuff, complaining, telling you how bad this country is and how bad white people is, or going to go say, oh, how bad racist Donald Trump is, got $1,500 iPhones, got own businesses, right? Got money in their pocket. They're doing just fine in this country. Yet they're still blaming this country for their suffering. No, in this country, you can be successful. Do what you got to do. You can be just fine. There's nobody holding you back. There's no DEI program that's needed for you to succeed in this country. I had a dude arguing me about DEI, how it's important. He couldn't even explain to me why it was important. He just said you need to hire black folks. Why? You're hiring black folks that's unqualified for the job. No, you should be hiring people that's qualified for the job, whether they're black, white, whatever. I don't want to hear that DEI nonsense. I'm glad we got rid of it. Now, I'm going to play some videos here that break down what their version of black fatigue is since it's been going around. And let me know what y'all think. Because I'm not the only one that thinks this. I'm really not. There's a lot of people that think that say this is a real thing. Y'all let me know in the comments.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning, and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go. No matter what, they're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there because they don't know how to appreciate.
I'm sorry for the language. You know I don't like the language on this channel, but I'm sorry. Some of these videos gonna have some language in it.
Good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality, never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, A lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
So that is one example of what I'm talking about, and I think he made some great points. Like I said, nobody wants to live around black people. It's only black people's fault. You can't even go to the mall, or whatever, and not worry about a bunch of black kids running around being ratchet, and then you get caught up in some accidental mess because you just had you not doing anything, minding your business, and these YNs running around. I like Damien, and I like what he has to say about black fatigue as well. Good dude. Follow him on social media, on the X.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes, those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's why there's individuals who are black who do and can have black fatigue, because they see how damaging it is to see the worst of us attract all this negative attention that then unfortunately gets ascribed to the entire race all too often. But what's unfortunate is here in 2025, now we have to contend with the fact that there's people who are so sick and tired of seeing those negative aspects, those negative individuals in the black community attracting all this attention. That's what is spurring this black fatigue. I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And until we turn inward and address the issues in our own communities, I fear that this is only going to continue and get worse. And that's exactly what the powers that be want. They want to have us against each other instead of us against those who are really pulling the strings in the background.
I think he makes some great points. I think people are tired of black folks always using skin color as the reason to do anything or complain about anything. Oh, it's because I'm black. It's because that person is white. It's because black people did this. If a black person did this, versus a white person did it, this would be the outcome, or this would be the issue. No. He made a great point. Take responsibility for your own actions, in which the black community does not do at all. They don't take responsibility for nothing. Everything that happens to black folks is always someone else's fault. And until we, like he said, deal with what we got to go on inside our own community, nothing's going to change. But another point that he made is talking about he want the powers that be want us to be against each other. And I think he's talking about black, whites, or whatever. But my thing is, y'all want to talk about a system? The Democratic Party has finessed the black people so much to make them hate each other. It's not even black versus anyone else, in my opinion. It's black versus black. I'm fighting against my own community. And I'm not on here cursing. I'm not on here saying the N-word all the time. I'm not on here saying anything ratchet. I'm not the black ghetto loud dude. No, I'm just a normal dude. The normal black folks. And yet, y'all want to be against us. And when I say y'all, the ghetto black folks want to be against us. The Democratic Party has torn the black community in half. And now it's not even, they don't even worry about us no more, because they know that we're going to fight ourselves. They don't even need our vote anymore. tell you that right now. Our vote for the Democratic Party is nothing. We sold our vote. We sold ourselves to the Democratic Party so easily that we're useless to them now. And now they don't got to worry about us because they know they're going to fight their own people. They don't got to do anything. They have to do nothing for the black community to be split in half. They have to do nothing. Black people do it themselves. Black folks do it to themselves. And it's no one else to blame. No one else to blame.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it, and they want to avoid it.
It's crazy that everybody's naming normal, everyday places that people go. Walmart, CVS, the mall, any fun place like bowling or whatever, theme parks. They're naming normal, everyday places that people go, and they don't want to be around there because there's too many black folks there. And they don't want to deal with it.
Second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act when it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do. So yeah, black fatigue is real, and I got it.
Again, I love how everybody's giving their own examples of what black fatigue is, right? And the thing is, it's a wide spectrum of things. Again, the only people that can be blamed for this is black folks. The only people that can be blamed for this. Nobody else's fault. The ghetto black folks that people are tired of, and then you got the ones that are rich, okay, that have money, that have been successful in this country, that have made millions. And every time they get called out on something, that they do, it always comes back to, well, it's because I'm black. That's why you guys are making this a big deal. It's because I'm a black person in America. People are sick of it. I'm telling you. This dude, Draymond Green. Everybody knows him. If you don't, he's an NBA player, plays for the Warriors. Some would argue that he's one of the best defensive players in the league. I guess. I don't like watching him. I don't have to like watching him. I can watch what I want. And if he sees this and get mad with it, oh well. Don't really care. And obviously, he doesn't have to care about what I think about him. It's just fine. I don't like watching him play basketball. I don't like his style of basketball. All he do is want to. He's a nuisance, essentially, to me on the court. That's the way I see him. But when he gets called out here in this clip, the first thing he goes to is the color of his skin, not the fact that he has a reputation of kicking people in the onions and throwing people on the ground and grabbing people by the neck. And his style of play is just obnoxious. He did that. Nobody else told him to play like that. He plays like that himself. Nobody told him to go out there and play like that. So if he wants to play like that, he has to take what criticism comes with it. No, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't own up to his mistakes. He doesn't do it. He doesn't own up to his behavior. It would have been better if he said, you know what? That's my style of play, and I'm going to continue to play like that, and my teammates appreciate me playing like this. I got multiple championship rings. You know, my resume speaks for itself, so you can think what you want, but I'm going to continue to play like this, right? And articulate why he plays that way. No, what does he do? Here, listen to him. This is what he does.
Look like the angry black man. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family. And I'm great at basketball. I'm great at what I do. The agenda to try to keep making me look like an angry black man is crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
And this is what I'm talking about. Asking this man, like, why you play the way you play. And now he wants to go and say, y'all just making me look like the angry black man. No, this is how you play. You play like the angry black man. You play the angry black man. That's what you do. You're playing the angry black man. I don't know what else to tell you. So when people question you on how your style of play, own up to it. Dudes be on here crying. And what's crazy is it'd be like grown men. He said he had a family, he's successful. He's a grown man out here crying on the internet, talking about it's because I don't want y'all to make me look like the angry black man. I'm gonna cry, boo-hoo, I'm an angry black man. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And people are tired of it.
Social injustices or racial injustices. Again, people need to stop using race as an excuse for their inadequacies, all right? And this is something that the black community does the worst of any other race. Biggest victim mindset ever. I don't see any other minority group bitch as much as the black community does about social injustices or racial injustices. Ever. I'm gonna say that again.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Is he wrong? I don't think he is. Because black folks, like I said before, they cry, complain about race with every little thing all the time. Literally all the time. Literally all the time. And people are tired of it. Okay?
But Myron, with respect, Myron, I don't need to wag a finger when somebody says, yeah, I'm racist. I use the N-word against black people. I don't care. That's a racist. I'm not wagging any finger. I'm not accusing anybody. She is admitting it proudly. Even you can't defend that, surely.
Everybody is racist to some degree. The reality is it depends on, a lot of people want to be politically correct. A lot of people want to sit there and say, I'm not racist at all. We all have biases. We all have stereotypes. We all make jokes. We all are racist to some degree. Now, how racist you are is a whole other situation, but everyone is racist. That's number one. Next thing I want to say, see, I think this Shiloh, Hendricks, and Metcalf situation is a microcosm of a much bigger problem. And that bigger problem is what I call systemic organized. And what I mean by this is for decades, we've had black people literally running around with black supremacy, committing crimes, not getting accountability for their actions, and then they blame the system for it. For example, George Floyd, criminal. Ferguson, criminals. Freddie Gray, criminal. A lot of these people are criminals, and what ends up happening is they challenge the police officer, they get into a physical altercation, things go left, they die, something happens, use of force is utilized, and then they want to cry about the result, when in reality, it's not the police killing black people, it's black people killing black people. And if you want to talk about black on white violence, black people kill white people 2 times as much. And on top of that, most of the shootings in America, a lot of the times, are white people killing, white cops killing other unarmed white men. So this whole systemic racism or police brutality, or, oh, it's all so messed up, the reality is this. Black people have been able to get away with a ridiculous amount of privilege in America for a very long time. They're able to be racist with impunity. They're able to call white people crackers without being challenged back. And quite frankly, white America's had enough of it, and the chickens have come to roost. Now, look, am I saying that's awesome? Am I saying that's great? No, but for literally the better part of almost 2 decades since the Obama era, we've had to have BLM and liberalism shoved down our throats, and quite frankly, we're all tired of it. Political.
He's not wrong. There is a fact, I think, that most people have some sort of biases. I mean, it is what it is. You grow up in certain communities, everybody has some sort of bias towards someone else. It is what it is. But he's spitting out facts about the crime statistics. Black people kill black people more than any other people. Y'all continue to talk about the police or whatever, but it's black folks killing other black folks. But again, we don't want to address that. Black people get away with crimes. They do stuff. Like I said this earlier. I said this stuff earlier, even before this video. I said this earlier. They can be the most openly racist group of people, and people just ignore it and let them get away with stuff. They do. It is what it is. But yet they still want to claim victim. I don't understand
correctness,
it.
liberalism, and making sure that we are politically correct and don't use certain words could offend people is precisely why we're in the situation that we're in. For decades, we've had to literally tiptoe around saying certain things around certain people, while the other group of people has been able to have impunity and be able to be as racist as they want to be, as violent as they want to be, without any type of consequence. And if you call it out, you're labeled a racist. The reality is this. Black people don't want to live around black people. I don't want to live around a bunch of black people. I move to neighborhoods where it's majority white because I know I'm safe. Now, this is uncomfortable reality that no one wants to say, so I'll say it for them. Black people commit a lot of crimes. A majority of the violent crime committed in the United States is committed by a small percentage of people, and they tend to be black men. Look, the reality is the reality. People don't want to say it, but the political correctness and being nice and not wanting to tell the truth is precisely this problem. And the reason why you're seeing all the support for Metcalf and Shiloh, etc., is because white people have not been able to step up and say what they want to say for a very long time because of what I said before, systemic, organized, where they don't take accountability for their decisions.
So one last point to this, and I think the black fatigue finally came to light after the NFL draft. Because everybody was talking about, Shador and all this other stuff, how the NFL was racist. They tried to do the whole Colin Kaepernick, a.k.a. Squidward thing for Shador Sanders, right? This is, black folks coming out talking about the NFL did him wrong, blah, blah, blah. Listen, whatever. NFL is a business. Right? And if you coming in trying to be hired into business, it's not going to happen. I have nothing to get against Shador. I hope he does well. I hope he has a good football career. But black folks are so dumb. They get emotional and they just start saying stupid stuff. And this is why no one takes us seriously. They call the NFL racist, but the number one draft pick was a black quarterback. But they want to call the NFL racist. Black fatigue. It's a real thing. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. Shout out to everyone that's been here from day one. Shout out to the new people here. Thank you for listening to another episode of What You're Talking About Willis podcast. As always, like, subscribe, and share. Tell the homies, tell your friends, tell your coworkers. What we do on this channel is we cause chaos one truth at a time. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.